Yeah, man! Welcome to the Frickcast. Today, we're ranking some Christmas bricks. Like Halloween, Christmas is known for its limited edition bars. And while I personally prefer the spooky ones, there's still plenty of great snowy season boys as well. Today we'll be ranking 10 bars from worst to best. We have 3 from Sudsy Bear, a whopping 5 from Grizzly Naturals, and just 2 from Dr. Squatch. Damn, Squatch. I'll call it now, we're definitely getting an expansion next year, like we did with the Halloween lineup. This ranking is of course just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours down in the comments as well. And if you're interested in learning more about any particular brick today, I do have individual subguides for each one, where we cover ingredients, scents, and all that good stuff. So with that, let's get slamming. At number 10 today is my least favorite of the Christmas bricks, the Cranberry Cocktail from Grizzly Naturals. Now, I'm not sure what's wrong with this bar, or at least the one I got. I think it's another full moon situation from the Halloween bricks, and that I maybe got a bad batch. In any case, the bar I have has no cranberry scent, it's not tart, it's not crisp, it's not refreshing, it's not appetizing at all. It's got like an old lady smell to it. The medium grit via oatmeal is nice. It actually feels pretty good to use. But yeah, let's move on to greener, snow-covered pastures. At 9 we have another bar from Grizzly, the Icy Pines. This is not a bad bar, but it is one of those that's quickly overshadowed. It's a very simple brick with a minty pine smell. It kinda smells more like being in a freshly cleaned car, rather than a frost-bitten forest. But in any case, it's fresh, it's clean, it's not very complex. It's a zero grit with some peppermint oil for some added chill, but it's overall a very subtle bar. There's really not a whole lot to say about it, let's move on. At 8 is another Grizzly boy, the Deck the Halls. I'm not trying to hate on Grizzly, they will have their share of bangers later, but if I'm being honest, these bottom 3 were an easy choice for me. This is though another step up, if only slightly. It's another zero grit with another woodsy style scent. This time though, instead of being paired with peppermint, it's cinnamon and cloves. And I do feel like it makes for a better scent. It's fresh, but also warm. It's a relaxing scent with a slight cologne edge to it. It's nothing crazy, but it is decent. At 7 is the Scrooge Scrub from Sudsy Bear. Now we're really starting to step things up. I'm probably a lot lower on this bar than many out there, but I do slightly prefer the rest of the bars we'll discuss today. The Scrooge Scrub is kind of an improvement over the Deck the Halls in most ways. It's another pine meets cinnamon scent, but this time it's much more spicy than sweet. It can be kind of a harsh scent. If you're not a fan of strong pine and potent spice, then you may not be a fan of this one. It's also got a heavier pumice-based grit that is as unforgiving as Scrooge himself. It's gonna be more of a niche bar, but I do think it is well made. This is one flavor though that I do prefer in deodorant form. At 6 is Scrooge's green counterpart, the Grinch Rinse, also from Sudsy Bear. I slightly prefer this one. I really enjoy the whole Grinch vibe, and I think the design of the bar is clever, and while it sounds a bit odd at first, I do think it works. The scent is basically lime, coffee, and pine. It's an interesting smell, one that captures the coldness of the Grinch, but also the warmth of Christmas. It's not overly one thing, it's not overly citrus or woodsy, instead it is very well balanced. The bar does have a coffee-based medium grit, and I've never been the biggest fan of coffee grounds as grit, but I don't mind it here. It's a bit rougher than most mediums, but it feels good to use with some nourishing ingredients. It may not have the most Christmas-esque vibe, but it does get some points for its uniqueness. At 5 is the Frosty Peppermint from Dr. Squatch. This bar holds a special place for me, as a peppermint brick was my most requested one from Squatch before it dropped, and when it did, I was not disappointed. It was the first time I ever used a bar with menthol, and I've been chasing that high ever since. The bar just embodies a peppermint candy. The look, the scent, how it just feels like a peppermint candy. It has a candy cane smell to it that is pretty good. The bar kinda has a weird, chalky texture to it, but it doesn't hold it back much. Like I said, the menthol carries it with that added, chilling sensation. It has fallen a bit for me over the years as I've expanded my soap horizons, but it's still a brick I'm very fond of, and I absolutely love the Pep Kit. At 4 is the very nice Santa's Workshop from Grizzly Naturals, a huge improvement over the other Grizzly bars. I think they did a great job in designing this one, especially the scent. It really does capture that nostalgic vibe of wooden toys. It's a woody scent, but one that's also very fresh, like freshly cut pine in the background. but that woodiness is just something else. It's a very relaxing scent. The bar also doesn't slack in the shower. It's a nice, consistent medium grit with a nice, thick lather. It's an above average clean that feels great, and paired with that lingering, wooden scent that sticks to your skin, it's just a very well made brick, in my opinion. Entering the top 3 is where we really crank up the niftiness, with each company's best Christmas bar remaining. At 3 is Frosty's Mint Mocha from Grizzly Naturals. It was close between this and Santa's Workshop, but I do think the Frosty Boy does slightly edge it out. This is another bar that I just love. I think it's probably the best mint style brick I've used. It's a bit of an improvement over the Frosty Peppermint, going for a peppermint mocha vibe instead, and it achieves it. First of all, the bar just looks cool with the chunks of peppermint soap, but it also smells amazing. It's basically a straight up peppermint mocha scent, so it's sweet and minty, but also creamy and chocolatey. It's one of those scents you're tempted to bite into. However, this bar isn't just gimmicky. It also feels great in the shower. Espresso grounds provide a nice, consistent light grit that I think is a perfect amount for this bar. However, the real star here is my old pal, menthol. The chilling effect is top notch in this one. It leaves your skin feeling cool and relaxed. As low as we were on Grizzly today, they really slammed it with this bar. I don't think it could be any better. At 2 is the Snowy Pine Tar from Dr. Squatch. Originally, I thought this one might be number 1, but it ends up being a strong runner-up. The Snowy Boy is an example of how just being simple and effective can make for a fantastic brick. This is probably the most natural scent on this list, and the most natural one Squatch has created. It's just a straight-up pine scent. Extremely fresh, extremely crisp. It's like standing in the middle of an evergreen forest with a slight chill in the air. The bar also contains pine tar, one of the deepest cleaning ingredients, so the bar doesn't frick around. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Snowy Pine Tar is better than the OG Pine Tar, a very underrated brick. And at 1 is probably not much of a controversial pick. It's the Old St. Nick from Sudsy Bear. This might be Sudsy's most unique signature flavor, and that'd be for good reason. Everything about it works. It is perfectly balanced. The scent is a beautiful blend of sweet tobacco, peppermint, fir, birch, and cinnamon. The tobacco and mint go nicely together with the other notes. It's a very relaxing, chill scent that works in every form, brick, dio, or otherwise. It's one of the better scents Sudsy has made. The bar also feels good to use. The ingredients shine here, and the medium grit is a nice touch. However, what truly takes this bar above and beyond is the summer variant, the Old St. Nick on Vacation, as that boy adds menthol, adding that signature cooling sensation and making for one of the best bars of not only Christmas, but all time. And there you have it, mains. All Sudsy, Grizzly, and Squatch Christmas bars ranked. I hope you enjoyed this list, and now I'd love to hear your own rankings down below. Have a Merry Christmas, Frick Nation.